you love her, then do not rest until she's finally yours. Funny how these words have been continuously drummed into the ears of dating pros and novices alike. Well, if you fall into the category of dudes who believe chasing after women is the best way to hit that coochie, then I must say, without mincing words, you have to start thinking differently. Curious as to what would happen if you stopped doing the chasing? Well, then tighten your seatbelts as I take you on a roller coaster of things to expect when you stop chasing her. Boosting confidence and self-respect. We've all watched that TV show where couples talk about how they met, how the man did the chasing for years before finally getting accepted, and how they're both now living happily ever after. Quite a rosy story those shows tell. But what is never revealed is the decrease in self-respect and confidence the man had to deal with during the period of the chase. The truth remains that chasing after women often stems from a place of insecurity, and constantly going after a love interest who is not reciprocating your feelings can take a toll on your self-esteem. Most times, guys who do the chasing begin to question their value and self-worth and start basing their self-respect on external validation. To the tricky part, true self-respect comes from within. It's more about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. By deciding to stop chasing after women and instead focusing on yourself, you'll be demonstrating that you value yourself just enough to stay away from situations that are not beneficial to you. By making yourself a priority, you tend to gain confidence and self-respect, which in the long run will make you more attractive to others. Remember, confidence is just like a magnet. It draws people to you, and it makes them always want to be around you. So, here's a trick. The moment that you stop doing the chasing, but instead focus on being the best version of yourself, ladies will naturally get drawn to you, and ultimately do everything to be in your good books. So, dude, stop chasing. Shift in power dynamics. You might probably be wondering how power dynamics relate to what happens when you stop chasing a woman. Well, this is it, generally. When you're at the receiving end of things, you tend to do whatever the giving party requests, as they usually are the ones in control. And this is no different in chasing a lady, as you inadvertently put all the power in her hands. Yes, you heard that right. It's more like giving them total control over your emotions and actions and letting them determine what to do with it. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not a good place to be. You want to level the playing field? Then your only option is to stop chasing. The truth remains that the moment you stop acting desperate, like having that girl in your life is going to solve all your life's problems, that is the moment that you are saying you're the one in charge of your destiny. And damn, this shift in power dynamics can be so attractive. Now, down to the fun part. The moment that you take that bold step to stop chasing, you are indirectly deciding to stop others from dictating your worth. And so, at that moment, ladies are going to naturally want to associate themselves with you. So dude, instead of chasing, acting like someone so desperate for validation, be the boss by letting her do the chasing instead. Trust me, getting this right is going to turn you from that needy dude who's desperately in need of love and attention to a boss who calls the shots and sets the terms of engagements. Attraction through detachment. We all want what we can't have. Well, this phrase not only applies to businesses, but to romantic relationships as well. Buddy, the truth remains, the less effort that you put into impressing a lady, the more attractive that you will become to that lady. It's quite a complicated theory, right? Well, a funny experience I had in college could help shed some light on this. It was a cool Tuesday morning. I and Jackson decided to hit the school cafe and get a cup of creme de la creme. And while our initial plan was to down our cup of coffee and return to the dormitories to enjoy the rest of our day, nature had other plans in store for us. Well, hitting the coffee shop, we encountered a girl, one whose beauty could be likened to that of a goddess. Sonia was a brunette who happened to be a barista at the coffee shop. Jackson, upon sighting her, immediately made a move to engage her in a conversation without wasting any time, and he got her number. I, on the other hand, played cool, smiled when necessary, and acted like I wasn't moved by her looks. Leaving the coffee shop, Jackson began his chase. From messaging Sonia to constantly scheduling dates, he did all he could to get in between her legs. But that failed. Now, don't go thinking Jackson wasn't able to smash because of his looks or his game, because Jackson was pretty known as a college playboy. But now for the funny part. Prepping for a school test, I decided to hit the library to go through my study notes. and while trying to store as much schoolwork as I could in my brain, I felt a hand tap me from behind. I turned and I was surprised to see Sonia, smiling and looking excited-ish to see me. A conversation ensued, and it ended with her taking my number. Well, after the class test, I got a message from that girl, and, well, I think you know exactly where this story is going. I smashed so many times I ended up losing count. During one of our numerous tete-a-tetes, Sonia confessed that the reason she was drawn to me, and not other people, was because I acted cool, and I wasn't desperate to get her number like every other guy who visited that cafe. Buddy, you might think that chasing a lady is only going to prove how much interest that you have in her and make her love you forever. But the truth is that chasing can make you look desperate, and believe me when I say, women hate desperate dudes. So, you want to get the ladies attracted? Stop chasing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Redefining success. You're probably confused as to how not chasing ladies could result in redefining success. Well, here's the deal. Everyone sees a young man who gets ladies by all means necessary as successful. Some label such dudes as playboys, and everybody seems to get close to them just to know the trick that they use in getting the ladies. But here's the thing. Being a successful playboy is more about the quality of your relationship and the connection that you share with the ladies, rather than how much you lower yourself just to smash. By choosing to stop chasing, you will be redefining what success means, and instead of seeking validation by having a bunch of sex partners, you'll be creating meaningful connections built on respect and self-worth. For better understanding, picture this scenario. Two guys take an interest in a girl and they both end up smashing. While one of the approaches to getting her on his bed included him doing a lot of chasing and playing the fool, the other was there acting as a high-value man. Which of them do you think the girl is going to have more respect for? Not the one who only got her by doing the chasing. So there you have it. Redefine your success story. Emotional well-being. Now, let's talk a bit about your emotional well-being. In my opinion, this is the most compelling reason why you shouldn't chase ladies, as constantly doing the chasing will, 9 times out of 10, leave you emotionally wrecked. Wondering how? Well, most times when you chase girls, their eventual reply might be a rejection, and getting rejected constantly can make you start feeling less and less and less. Feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and depression may even creep in, which will end up in emotional damage. So, by deciding to step back and focus on yourself, you're going to be offering yourself a chance at emotional stability and peace of mind. You'll begin to find fulfillment within, rather than depending on validation from women you constantly chase, or your friends for recognizing you for the amount of women that you constantly chase. Remember, knowing your worth should be your ultimate goal, and ensuring it isn't tied to whether someone wants you or not is going to be the best gift that you could give to yourself. So, buddy, stop doing the chase. There you have it. All the positives that come with you not chasing after ladies. Don't forget to act on them and include them in your daily life. And also, of course, remember to hit that subscribe button to get more updates.